So today we're going to play a little bit of a fun game, and today it's going to be called What is Northwoods TCG currently investing into in the Pokemon TCG. So stay tuned. Alright everybody, I'm Andy with Northwoods TCG, and today we're going to be taking a moment and looking into what am I currently investing into in the Pokemon TCG. A lot of times I talk about products that you should be buying, products that are doing extremely well, but I tend not to say exactly what I'm buying into unless I'm being very specific in a video. I usually just try and give people trends, locations, and items that are doing well, and ones that I may have already bought into and do not necessarily need to purchase in anymore. So today, I want to talk about what I am currently investing into. Today, I just bought a couple of each one of these items within the last few days, and today I'm going to break them down a little bit onto why I think that they're going to do really well. I think they're really good cards or sealed product, and why I'm personally starting to really push towards these particular items. So today we're going to break it down. I got 4 different items that we're going to sit here and discuss throughout the video. First one that we're going to pull up, and I'm just going to get right into the meat and potatoes of this, of course, is the easiest one to talk about. It's going to be the Silver Tempest booster box straight from Pokemon Center. That's right, as of the recording of this video, I am still finding these on sale on Pokemon Center for $144. A great pickup currently, considering they have already surpassed that on TCG Player, which is to be expected considering what we have seen with the other products in the Sword and Shield line. It's the last one left. It's the last man standing right now when it comes to booster boxes. Brilliant Stars has sold out. Lost Origins is sold out. Astral Radiance is gone. Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies, Chilling Rain, and last but not least, Battle Styles. If you have not seen, Battle Styles is gone as well. And the question has come down, does that mean that Battle Styles was a better buy than Silver Tempest because Silver Tempest is the last man standing? Well, of course not. That does not mean that in any way, shape, or form. All that it means is that it took almost a year longer for Battle Styles to sell out compared to Silver Tempest, and Silver Tempest is still available because it's the last one that was printed, and it had a recent reprint when it came down to the set. So overall, do I think Silver Tempest is a strong set? Yes. Lugia is doing really well. It's gaining back traction. It's moving up at a really nice price, and overall, very nice set. I do enjoy most of the Sword and Shield sets, especially the last 4. They give you that trainer gallery chase along with the alternate art chase, along with some good VMAXs inside of it, and some playability that's mixed in as well with that Silver Tempest set. So overall, really nice set. Overall, really playable, and it does have a little bit of a nostalgic with the Gen 2 when you're bringing in Lugia into the fold. So it's also got that Rayquaza VMAX in the trainer gallery. So you do have Rayquaza and you have Lugia both in the same set. So awesome combination when it comes down to a trainer gallery having a good card and the set having a good card. So overall, do like Silver Tempest. Do I think it's going to outperform, let's say, Lost Origins or Brilliant Stars in the long term? No, I do not think it will be that strong. But when you're looking at the price point of getting in on a particular set, I'm willing to dump some money into Silver Tempest right now just to fortify my Sword and Shield investments as we're running out of them on Pokemon Center. So make sure you consider that one is one that you should be looking at as it's getting closer and closer to more than likely the end of the run. And I'm willing to bet that that's probably going to occur fairly soon. I'm not going to put an exact date on it. I would say within the next few months we will see that gone from Pokemon Center. It could possibly be any day. So take your opportunities while you can at that particular item. Now we're going to move into the next one, which is going to be this. All right, next one is going to be a little bit of an obscure item, a little bit something that I found, I watched, I waited. It went really high at one point. This was selling for $50 at one point in time, and I just thought that that was way overpriced for this particular item. And since then, it has come down a reasonable amount. It's come down to about $20. I mean, $20 to $30 depending on where you look. So if you look for it on eBay currently, this particular product is sitting at about $20. If you look on TCG Player, this particular product is sitting at about $30. So it just depends on what site you're looking at. Overall, it's a really interesting product, and it's also a Dragonite, which is a fantastic little Pokemon that does extremely well throughout the Pokemon's history. That is going to be this Dragonite Silver Tempest stamp. That's right, Silver Tempest stamp on this particular Dragonite. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I have done a lot of research on trying to find out where this particular promo actually came from or what it came in. It sounds like it was distributed by either Pokemon Center or some Pokemon Center like store or in the United States. I couldn't find anything. And if anybody does know, this is a great opportunity to help us out in the comments to maybe shed some light onto something that I haven't been able to find out at the recording of this video, is where exactly this particular card came from. This card did the rounds, let's be 100% honest. There's a lot of this promo out there, but a majority of them at the $8 range is the GameStop version, and then there's the EB Games, which is the Canadian version of this particular card. That's out there as well for around that $10 range, but the Silver Tempest one seems to be the more difficult one to be finding out there, and it's doing really well again. Once again, it's a really good buy when you find these little obscure items of a fan favorite Pokemon. Dragonite, fan favorite Pokemon. It's a holo promo. It's from Silver Tempest, and it's a stamped promo on top of it, which to me gives it more validity and potential for gain. You can get this graded and graded. It's doing really well. Overall, it's a strong contender in my opinion when you can find this obscure item and be able to get these particular things in-house. And overall, I think that this will do extremely well futuristically. I think that there's going to be demand. As I'm seeing, more and more of them are selling on eBay, which means as they sell more and more, the demand could potentially go up as well. Demand rises as there's less available on a platform. So just something to consider if you're looking for that nice little promo, something that's a little bit different, something that seems to be a little obscure compared to even the GameStop and the EB Games, that this one is out there and a really good opportunity currently. And I've picked up a few of these as well. I think that they're just going to be one of those nice little stamp promos that'll be futuristically a really good thing to have as a holdings. Moving on to the next one, which is going to be this. All right, next one I'm going to put on the list is something that, people kind of forget about it sometimes in the Pokemon TCG, and this is going to be a secret rare, and they've been around for quite a while, but overall they seem to be in the background of things, but every once in a while we see an insurgence of these particular items come forward, and that's going to be gold cards. That's right, there's a lot of different gold cards in a Pokemon TCG, whether you like gold energies, or you like gold stadiums, or you like gold Pokemon, all of which are available in the Pokemon TCG. Now, personally, I've been picking and choosing through these particular items and picking them up here and there as I see really good pricing on them. For example, I've just picked up a couple Lugia V-Stars coming out. I picked them up for about $12 a piece. I thought that was a really good buy. TCG Player currently is about $15.50 a piece for those particular cards. And once again, we're on that upward track. We were down about $11 on these. They went all the way up to about $23. Now they've come down. They're all the way down to about $14, and now they're recovering again. So we're seeing some really good things on this Lugia Gold card. Once again, looking at those overall values and potentials, great artwork. I do really like this Lugia V-Star. Definitely a really good look when it comes down to a gold card. Next one, the Tina, is another perfect example where back in December of 2023, we were down to about $8 on this particular card, and since then we've seen growth on this particular card all the way up to about $17, and now it kind of bounces between $17 and $14 overall. Another fairly decent looking card. The next one listed currently coming up is going to go back up to about $19. So we're seeing some really good growth on that as well. We can go ahead and take a look at this, which is going to be the dark energy card from Evolving Skies. Once again, another Evolving Skies product sitting here on the list today. And if we look at the last 6 months, it's gone all the way down to about $13, back up to $20, came back down to $15, goes back up to $19. Kind of keeps doing this little bouncing ride, but if you have a bouncing ride on a roller coaster like this, you could pick and choose them high and low points of where you could pick up this card. Great opportunity to potentially buy into this, get a really decent price on them, still currently out there around that $17 range, which isn't too bad for this particular card. Next one coming up on TCG Player, for example, is going to be about $25. So we're seeing an increase on these particular cards as well. Gives you another little look into things. Same thing from the same set. We can look at the Metal Energy Gold card, and that has seen nothing but solid growth since about December of 2023. Another forgotten cards. People don't think about gold cards. They're so stuck on alternate arts and trainer gallery cards now, and all of these big high-end, big-look cards that sometimes they miss these smaller cards that are hidden in the background. This is another perfect example. Metal Energy, sitting about $9 back in December of 2023. Currently, it's up to about $13. Next one listed is going for $17.85. So we're seeing a really good increase going across the levels when it comes down to this particular card. So overall, great opportunities in these gold cards. You can still pick them up on eBay. I see sometimes even LCSs and that selling them way undervalued just because they're watching the bigger chase cards such as those alternate arts or the trainer gallery cards. They're adjusting those prices because they're the hot ticket items. Sometimes items like this do get by as well, and sometimes you can get the alternate arts, sometimes you can get the trainer galleries way below price, just depending on the LCS that you visit. So another one of those items you should consider or maybe look at a little bit when it comes down to your investments in the Pokemon TCG. Next one I'm going to jump into is going to be this one. All right, guys, last one I got on the list that I'm going to be talking about today that I am currently buying just because I'm still finding them a little bit undervalued compared to TCG Player. It gives you a great opportunity to jump in on a product and get a little bit of a deal if you can find them out there. You can also sit there and do some eBay sales and some auctions and things, and that's how I've been picking up quite a few of these, getting them for around that $110, $100 mark. And this is the only, let me repeat, the only current ETB in the Sword and Shield block that I am putting any investment money into, and that is going to be the Evolving Skies Elite Trainer box. Now, price per pack, this box is still underrated compared to the booster box. So the booster box right now, about $18 a pack if you figure it into it. If you look at the ETB, currently we're about $13 a pack, which tells me this particular product still might have that room to expand and continue to go up. But if we take a look at either version of this particular box, because there's that Glaceon, Vaporeon, Sylveon, and Espeon box, or you can jump into it and go to the Flareon, Jolteon, Umbreon, and Leafeon box. Either one that you get into right now is between about $115 to $120 on TCG Player. Both of them have had just really consistent growth. Upward growth continuing every single month, up, 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 up. And it has not really retracted in any way, shape, or form. There was one weird blurb in the on TCG Player when it came down to the Umbreon, Leafeon, Jolteon, Flareon box, where it jumped up to like 120 and then it dropped back down into the 85. There was like a 1 week spurt or 2 days spurt there. And other than that, though, if you look at the track record for the last year, it's just been a nice, steady, straight up line, as you can see in the graph next to me. We can go ahead and go to the other version of it as well, which is the next one for sale on TCG Player is about $123. Same story. If we look at the last year, it's just really been that same little bump, so there must have been a shortage or whatever, a new stock showed up, and then we've seen nothing but consistent growth as well. So once again, great item, great overall continued growth on this particular product. Overall, not going to be disappointed to hold on to this with the excitement and hype and FOMO that goes behind Evolving Skies. If you want Evolving Skies packs and you don't want to pay the price of a booster box, or you don't have the value of a booster box currently to do so, you could always check out these ETBs. They're still a little bit behind price per pack. They're in a sealed product, which makes people more comfortable. Overall, might be a little bit more value futuristically. And once again, anything in that Evolving Skies block to me just feels really good to have in hand, and I feel that there's some really good investments. So for me, a little bit higher of an investment for price. I've purchased them all the way along the way, and I have no problem continuing to purchase these particular ETBs because I feel that they will do extremely well in the next year, 2 years, 3 years. I think you're going to be able to have good value growth in these particular products overall. And if the Evolving Skies booster box jumps again, you're probably going to see the ETBs jump up as well. So the ETBs are just always and slowly chasing that other Pokemon investment of the booster box and slowly moving up with it as well. So you get that Pokemon investment opportunity that's delayed in ETBs versus the booster box. And that's a really fantastic feeling when you're purchasing into a product that just see nothing but 1 year of really nice, steady, congruent growth on these particular products. So overall, guys, hopefully this is a good video. It tells you what I'm currently investing into. Some of them are high, some of them are low, some are just items that are kind of obscure, all of which give you good Pokemon investments to be able to grow in the collection side of things. If you'd like to collect, maybe you'd like to collect these ETBs. Great time to get into them. Maybe buy a couple extra, let them ride for a couple years, sell them off, keep the ones for your collection. Same thing with the Dragonites. Buy a couple of those promos, wait a couple of years for the value to go up on those particular items, and then be able to keep your collection with those particular products. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do it, a lot of different ways that you can work through this. Overall, all of which give you great opportunities futuristically with these particular products. And I feel very comfortable buying in to almost all of these products right now. I have no no worries whatsoever of these products retracing by any large amounts that is not handleable or recoverable extremely fast, just because of the fact of the end of the Sword and Shield block gives you a really great opportunity to go to Sword and Shield gold cards, be able to purchase those, go and buy these nice little products such as this Evolving Skies ETB, the Silver Tempest booster boxes, or even that Silver Tempest promo with the Dragonite with the Silver Tempest stamp. Make sure it's got the Silver Tempest stamp. Make sure that that's going to be the big factor when it comes down to that particular card. Other than that, thank you guys, everybody, for watching. Hopefully this is a good video. Hopefully this helps you out with maybe seeing where I'm going currently in the Pokemon TCG. That being said, we're going to be back, of course, on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time now for the lives, just so you guys know ahead of time that we have moved back to 8. We will be staying at 8. And also in June, we do have on Choose Your Path, PokeChef is going to be joining us as well. So big shout out and thank you to him when he joins us in June here coming up for Choose Your Path. So with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me today. Make sure you check out the 2 videos at the end. Also, check out the merch store. You can get your Northwoods TCG merch, whether you like the Gengar Made Me Do It, or you can get the Everything's Always Great in the Northwoods. But with that being said, we'll see you next time here on Northwoods TCG.